Alright, what's good, guys? CoolGrayAJ with Team EG once again, and I have a real special treat for you today. I'm here with the one and only
Triforce, Isaiah Triforce Johnson.
Here we go. And so far, you guys have had an amazing weekend. Why don't you go into what you guys have been doing this weekend?
Well, we decided to turn, go into a different direction with the organization. Within the last week or two, we've been competing in a bunch of regional, local tournaments, and even some of the industrial ones, and obviously the leagues, esports, and so forth. So far, our guys, we have 3 guys in SoCal caliber that are top 16 winners. We just brought in a player from Mexico. His name is Louis Cha, and he's top 12. Watch for him. He's top 12 winners in KOF. And Perfect Legend is doing very good. He hasn't lost a match yet. He's top 16 in Mortal Kombat. He fights CD Jr. tomorrow opening. That's like, oh my God.
First match?
First match. We gotta go through this all over again. But I'm pretty confident that he's greatly improved, so he should be able to get over this particular hump.
Okay. So, kind of along those lines, I mean, that was the next point I wanted to actually ask you. How do you think, or what do you think Perfect Legend has to do to get over the CD Junior hump?
Well, it's what he didn't do last time. He had a game plan. He went on a stage. He was supposed to follow the game plan, and he didn't. He went away from what he wanted to do. He tried to improvise on the spot, and that put him in trouble. Once he went into the hole, pretty much he was just trying to gather himself, put together another strategy rather than falling back on the game plan. And CD Jr. was just too solid. He closed it out on him, and that's all she wrote.
So any predictions on how it's going to go tomorrow for him?
I think it's going to be 3-2 Perfect Legend this time. I've watched them play over the weekend in a couple of casual games. There's some things that we went over that he also learned about Jax. And he played CD Jr. in several games. And as the sets went on, he pretty much showed his dominance over Jax. Even CD Jr. was like, he was kind of surprised. He was like, whoa. He's like, you've changed. And he's like, I've been in the lab. So I know CD Jr. is trying to prepare himself mentally because he knows he's not going to fight the same card.
Right.
So hopefully that's enough to put CD Jr. on his heels and Carl can, go for the knockout punch. But you never know. So.
I definitely. I mean, it could definitely go both ways too. I mean, it could go.
Yeah, it could go either way.
It could go that CD Jr. is starting to get used to Perfect Legends.
New Kung Lao, or he may not be able to get used to the new Kung Lao. These guys are 2 exemplary champions. CD Jr. has been winning championships throughout the community since Carl won the World Championship at Evolution last year, and he is the MLG Mortal Kombat champion. He also won the Fight Club, so he has a lot of experience behind him. He plays with the VMS boys, and he plays a lot of these guys. He has a solid team that backs him up, and they give him all the match experience, whereas Carl, he's isolated in Ohio, where most of the strongest Mortal Kombat players are in New York.
Right.
They're in the VSM community. So Carl has a very steep uphill to climb in terms of that, but I'm very confident, Carl can overcome that. He's a 2-time world champion, Evolution at that, and he, for the most part, he plays by himself. And when the game first came out, he didn't win a single Mortal Kombat tournament. He got second at Power Up with his teammate Tom Brady, who took first, and from there he's been placing top 8. Even CEO, he didn't even place the CEO. And that Evolution came, he chunked it up when it counted at the World Championships and beat everybody. So.
And you feel like he's just gonna get there again?
Yeah, I have confidence in Carl. He works best under pressure and
pressure. Yeah, I agree.
Although in Columbus that didn't happen. But he was able, for someone who stopped playing since Evolution and came back to MLG out of 100 players, he placed 9th. He only lost to CD Jr. and then the person who became 4th place, Curvilicious. So you have to give him credit that it took the top of the brass to beat him. So, definitely fall too far behind.
So going away from Perfect Legend, we're talking to Alex Valle earlier about a real interesting Soul Calibur player. Yes. Who might that be?
Link RKC. Link is the man. We recently just picked him up. Our Soul Calibur force here is KDZ, Black Mamba, and Link RKC. Like as I told you before, they are all top 16 winners. and they're on different sides of the brackets, so chances of them running into each other is very limited. Tomorrow they got some tough matches. Black Mamba has to fight Keeves.
Who's also been on a tear today.
Yeah, who's been on a tear today. There was a part where he lost to Tokido the first match, and he just looked at Tokido like this.
I saw that.
And then he said, start over again. He just 3-0'd Tokido. And I think he was like, I didn't like that.
If you Street Monster saw that.
Yeah. He just grilled him. He was like, really? You're going to come over here with that? No, it's not going to work. It's MLG. It's not the fighting game community. Yeah.
Definitely. So, kind of some last words. Do you have any predictions on what's going to happen the rest of the weekend? Tomorrow, grand finals?
Tomorrow, grand finals. I told my guys, listen, no pressure. We want to win, but we have some goals. Our first goal for today was to get top 16 winners. We've accomplished that goal.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's goal is to get top 8 winners. Once we pass that threshold, we go for the goal. Jobs to win. So tomorrow it's going to be the deciding factor in the first game. If our guys can win all their first games and get top 8, well, actually, except for today, because they're going to be King of Fighters tonight.
Yep.
So if Louis Char wins one game, he's top 8. Now let's go for the gusto. Same thing for these guys tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. As long as our guys get up there, Empire Arcadia has proven throughout the last decade in competitive gaming as a whole, you know, not just esports, but the umbrella of it as a whole, that we can win whatever game we play, whatever game we put our mind to. We've shown that in Guinness, we've shown that in Twin Galaxies, we've shown that in leagues like esports, World Cyber Games, MLG, so forth, and we've shown that in the competitive gaming scene.
Really, that's all you've wanted to do, right? You just wanted to keep making that statement. So,
well, yes, but see, I don't want us to be looked upon as just like a competitive organization, because Empire Kid is a development organization. We just have players in our organization that can compete at the highest level, and we use the wins that they do to bring attention to the organization for what the organization really does, which is develop new markets in fashion and gaming, art and gaming, media and gaming, health and gaming, etc. So that's how people really know about us. This is why we have a documentary by Time Magazine. We have a documentary by King of Chinatown. This is Second Crush Productions. We've been on MTV. We've been in Guinness Book. We worked with Nintendo. We're trying to bring awareness for gaming. We're trying to bring awareness to gaming for the entire world to embrace.
And I think you guys are definitely accomplishing that. Well, thank you for your time, Triforce. Best of luck to everyone this weekend. You guys are already on the tear, and I hope you guys finish strong tomorrow.
I hope so.